Anyway, a little bit of a rundown on the topics we'll be going over today. The Cyberpunk 2077 delay. It's a big one, I guess. The Siege Invitationals event that's happening right now as we speak, and the slower ADS speeds on TTS and what else has been changed. But anyway, I'm going to start off with the Cyberpunk delay. Obviously, it's been delayed to September now, which is a big oof, but at the same time, it's good because then we don't want a rushed out game unfinished, you know? Anyway, reading this. Important news regarding 2077's release date we would like to share with you today. We'll make the April release window. We're moving it to launch date of 17th of September 2020. They're currently at the stage where the game is complete and playable, but there still need to be work done. Night City is massive, full of stories. Basically, they need to make more story things. And das is good. Das is good. Still gonna be buying the game and playing it. There's been some mixed reactions there, but to be fair, yeah. And the Nintendo man, there was the top reply on it is the Nintendo guy saying a delayed game is eventually good, but a rush game is forever bad. That's by Shigeru Mayota. I butchered that name. Oh my goodness.
What?
Then Ricky Berwick saying what? Okay. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I would rather have a more polished game with a better story than, rushed. It's not very good to do that. This is boring. I hate doing it myself. I really need to sort things out. I don't know where Brad is at the moment, but he will be here soon, I hope. Other things have been happening. Yeah, as I said, the Siege Invitationals event. As you know, you got alpha packs from the Battle Pass that give you a higher percentage of getting purples and yellows, but still, some people were getting lucky and getting a lot of black ice. Me, no. I ain't getting shit. It's kind of meh. At the same time, like, I like the event. They've reused Oregon. It's not a bad, reuse of a map. I get it. It felt weird. Like, the gunplay did feel weird in that, which was but coming back to it, not really a problem with it. Other things have been happening, Tarkov craze, as I said last week, rise in popularity of it, mainly because it's oh. But yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, Tarkov craze. We all know about that. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. As I say, reinstalled it myself. Haven't touched it yet, but gonna need to at some point. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be sound. Other things. Still been playing Pokemon as usual. Not battle passes. The season expansion passes, whatever you want to call them, were announced for Pokemon. Purchased both of them. I'm an addict. Help me. But yeah, other things. I don't know really. It's a weird one. It really is. As we said, there's been a lot of complaining about the ADS times and stuff, and TTS. Oh my god! I think it's gonna be another quiet bits. Can't bounce off of myself. No music to chill to, because I just I want to do a more formal format where it's just my voice, no distraction in the background. May get a bit boring. You don't know. I don't know either. But yeah, other things happening today are their boys may be playing in Well, they will be playing an ESA game tonight at 6:30 after this, so I might need to go and watch that if it's actually happening. Because it might be a forfeit on the side of not getting flanked because they don't have enough players to play. Which is sad, because I want to see a game being played tonight. Other things. Yamato changed his name to Zumi. Oh. Game is confirmed to be played. Thank you, Cal. Yeah, definitely going to be a shorter episode today. Where's Brad? Come on, man. Where are you, Chief? This is boring. Sorry, Cal, that this is boring for you. But yeah. Anyway, Cal was announced as our social media head. Well, yeah, social media man. Big manager boy. Brutal. Joining the cause. It's beautiful. Okay. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, Siege Invitational event. Gonna go back to that for a little bit. I don't like it. I'm kidding, I do like it. This is so boring. Cal, help me. Help me. Put things in chat so I can talk about them. Do it. Brad, man. Wait. Wow, Cal. I'm definitely gonna get someone in right now because Brad doesn't seem to be appearing. I don't know what's happened to the boy. Where is he? Where is he? My man's. This show's really went downhill. It's episode 29 and shit like this is happening. Just quit. Nah, I'm not gonna quit the show because it's what's keeping me streaming every week. Oh yeah, Brutal League finals tomorrow. I'm gonna be casting that at 7:30. It's gonna be pretty poggy, and I may be joined by a special guest known as Sennis. Oh, here he is, the ex-Brutal man. And Brad is here, but muted.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
It's okay, Brad.
Literally just had like problems with my Discord for the past 2 hours.
Yeah. I didn't wake up to 4 because I got shit faced, so it's fine.
4. Jeez.
Yeah.
If only.
Anyway,
so
covered
today's agenda, boy.
So as I said, we were talking about it before. Siege Invitational event.
Yeah.
It's meh. Well, I mean, it's okay. I don't like the fact that it's been reused Oregon, but it's still not a bad map, as I said. Slower ADS teams.
I know like people getting pissed off about G2 being invited or something.
Oh yeah, but like to be fair, at this point.
Yeah, I get it. I get why, but I get also why not. Like at the end of the day, they didn't really earn their spot, right?
Yeah.
Like people keep using the argument, oh, they're defending champions. Yeah, fair enough, but if they're defending champions, they should literally be earning that spot.
I think they should just change it to give them a spot in next year's anyway. Like the winners. Because then they don't need to do a direct invite. It'll just go to the winners.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that could work, but it's just I don't know. I mean, yeah, I get both sides of the argument. I mean, personally, I would say that they don't really deserve the invite. But
Yeah,
I guess it's only fair that.
I need to turn
I guess it's only fair that they get the chance to defend them, like their title. I guess.
Yeah, like the one problem with it is that a lot of people are annoyed, and they did get put out of the actual tournament by a tier 3 organization, tier 3 team. arguably people think Eminem should have got the invite, which I would say I would give Eminem the invite because they actually did well, put out 3 pro league teams, like you know, in the
Yeah, I
highest level of
mean,
the competition.
yeah. See, personally, I agree with that. It's there's a lot of teams that played so well that obviously didn't get to go, and you got people like G2 that go. I mean, see, I get their thing as well because when G2 play, they get more viewers and more exposure, I guess, because obviously G2 is considered the best team in the world.
Yeah,
And so I get that where, like a business perspective, it's like, oh yeah, we should invite these guys because obviously they're the defending champions. It would be like a great match to see if they can defend it or not. Um, Great match would obviously bring in more views, which would obviously bring in more like ad revenue, which would bring in more money for us as a company. And obviously, like I said, from a business standpoint, that makes sense.
yeah,
But
definitely.
it's a bit. I think it just makes it a bit bland that G2 got the invite and everyone knew it was going to happen. So,
Be fair, they've been playing a little bit better recently, so
well, they say that they've been saving strats, but I don't know. I mean, they did with Empire. I think last invitational. Um, there was a they said that they saved strat so pretty much all season, so nobody could win the invitational.
yeah,
And they also said that the invitational was more important for them to win because they focused on the bigger paying tournaments than they do the smaller ones. Like I think it was Fabian saying about like not really caring about getting paid, like not really caring about pro league as much because he's gonna get paid either way if he
yeah,
plays. And the prize pools aren't even that big apparently. So I mean, yeah, but I it's there's so many other teams that could have gone there and actually earned that title for themselves. But G2 just basically got that spot out of just, I don't know, pure popularity, I guess.
yeah. But it's not all. It's not the end because they could literally just get first rounded.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they could. I mean, if they do, then you know that they really did not deserve that spot because if they're defending champions who didn't qualify, then got invited, then got knocked out the first like the first round of the tournament, then you know truly that they didn't deserve that spot that they were invited to.
Yeah, like there's only a few teams I'm really rooting for in this invitational, and that would be Wildcard, Navi, in Dark Zero. I do like a bit of Dark
See,
Zero.
the thing is, I don't really care about Pro League that much, but I do follow it, of course, because obviously I follow a lot of Siege stuff.
Yeah,
Um, I don't, yeah, like I said, I don't really like watch Pro League or care too much. But when I saw that, when I saw loads of people trying to defend the decision that they invite G2 before they'd already invited them before like the rumors and stuff. I understood that they were saying, oh, they deserve the right to defend their title, but I feel like they should have earned that really. Like it's a bit like the World Cup, right?
wait, Wildcard.
Like, is it?
Wait, let me check. I need to check the groups again.
Yeah, like say like a World Cup, right? In
Some
football,
Wildcard.
they're not
Yeah,
just going to invite the the team, are they? You're gonna have to earn that spot again, right?
yeah,
And I feel like that should be the same for all tournaments. There shouldn't really be an invite system at all, really. I feel like if you don't qualify, you don't qualify.
yeah.
I
Definitely,
it was
that's
something
agreed.
that something that Kickstar said kind of actually stuck with me was when he said don't sit there saying you should have won. You didn't win because you weren't good enough to win. There's like that other team won because they played better than you. They may not be better than you in like the long run, but they played better than you at the time. You can't say that. And he said that
Yeah, no, I wasn't.
you can't say that you deserve the win. If you deserve the win, you would have won, basically.
Yeah, Cal, I know,
So that's the same with
I know that
yeah.
wildcard are APAC, but I'm rooting for like they're my top three teams from each region, which is Navi, wildcard from APAC, obviously Navi EU and Dark Zero NA. You know, it's the only teams I really care about.
Wasn't there isn't there three Latin American teams on the same group or something?
Phase. No, there isn't. There's no Latam. There's only one Latam team in each group, I think. Wait, not even Group B's two EU teams and two NA teams. Group C is. Did Giants move to APAC? I think.
I'm not sure.
I know ninjas and pajamas. I don't know.
They're Latin
BDS.
America.
Fuck BDS for dropping panics. Because he was a robbed chief. Once again.
And they're still doing well though.
They're doing I mean, they've still got Shaiko.
I mean, that's another thing as well, right? They want to see that whole Shaiko Pengu sort of, but to battle it out in like the Invitational or some shit.
Yeah.
Because obviously it was G2, or I think it was they were Penta at the time, right? When
Yeah.
they reported Shaiko
He got banned.
about like his suspicious behavior, and then he got banned. And I know a lot of people say, "Oh, he didn't really do anything wrong. They didn't really have sufficient evidence, but yet they still banned him." Um,
Yeah.
like I said, I don't care. Right. But I get that whole beef and stuff. That would be quite interesting. I know a lot of people wanted G2 to get there just so they could see that,
Yeah.
because obviously it's going to be a great fight. And obviously a lot of people believe that BDS are going to make it to the finals against G2. And that's where it's all going to go down. Which, I mean, I don't know, because I don't know.
Don't know.
But, you know, I don't know.
I mean, Navi, like, teams have to understand. Like, Navi are a great team. Obviously, they won Pro League in that. But, you know,
They haven't been winning much of the.
they're third place currently, or third or fourth place in the Pro League seedings and stuff.
Yeah.
But honestly, all teams need to do really with Navi is, to make it harder for them to take out Citizen and Kendra. But honestly, Navi still have some proper power in this situation, as they are coming off of Pro League winnings and 3 national wins. So,
Yeah.
if they win SI,
I mean,
best team, definitely. Rogue, also we can talk about that a little bit. Obviously, bought a new roster
well,
in
I know
EU.
that. Yeah, they went from NA to EU. I know that. Which was a bit weird to see Rogue in the EU sort of. Because I watched the first play day. I think that's what they call it, right? Play day.
Yeah, played it.
Um, I remember watching Rogue, and I just thought it was really weird. And then they were talking about how Rogue bought a different roster,
Yeah.
which is weird but understandable, because Rogue was kind of stale in NA a little bit. I feel like NA itself is quite stale. You got some great teams, obviously, but like I
I
feel
mean,
like a lot of times
when I
like
think NA, I
EU are
think
always EU always the reigning champions, and then you got APAC, which are coming out of like the darkness, out of the shadows, and proving themselves to be great teams, and then building themselves up even more.
they're
So I
wild
feel like
card,
APAC
the
and
APAC team.
EU are just
Well, the APAC team wildcard when they played Navi in Pro League finals, it was fucking lit. Like wildcard or fucking resident sleepers, chief.
And I
Hey,
know that it's just also NA, like NA are
NA
just
when
weird. They
when I
play weird.
yeah when I think NA though, I think of only three teams. I only really think about Dark Zero, uh, Rec, and SSG. Like I don't really think about EG too much, mainly because I hate their rebrand and shit. But you know that's the main three I
Yeah,
think about.
see, another thing about NA as well is they go through so many roster changes all the time.
Yeah,
Like you got like, do you remember like when bloody Cloud9 was in CG Sports?
they're
They
still in CG
moved. I think they
Sports.
moved to
They moved to
APAC,
yeah, they moved to
right?
APAC. Yeah,
Yeah, and then they got, and then literally, and you know, like you got Beast Coast and all that crap, and then they end up just dropping the whole roster, and then that roster gets picked up by a team. Then they start dropping players, and then they pick up new players. Then they get dropped again, and then they get picked up again, and it's so pointless. There's so many roster changes within like 1 year. Like you just don't know who's playing for who anymore, honestly.
yeah, but like the way Goddess has stepped down from competitive play, I think completely.
Well, I know
So
that she got dropped, right, when they
nah,
were
she didn't
part of
get dropped.
Cloud9.
Oh yeah, Cloud9, she got dropped. Like the whole team left. It disbanded, and she knew about it the next day because she was the last one in the team house.
I mean, I don't know. I know that she was part of a team, and then like they
Yeah, she
replaced
was.
her with somebody. I can't remember who it was.
Uh, she was recently, up until recently, part of Sonics as a player, but I think she's just got a staff position now, and is not.
No, I don't think it was that. It was like an actual product, like because she was with like Foxy and stuff, right? And
Yeah, that was
Laxin.
Cloud9.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure. I swear she got like dropped for a while, and then they replaced her with like Skies or some shit.
Nah, Skies has been in Rec for like a long time.
Yeah, but I think what we're forgetting about is Cloud9 is an old was this happened quite a while ago. Don't forget,
Oh yeah, true.
because Laxin was part of Cloud9. And then he became part of Rec, didn't he? Quite a long time ago.
Hmm.
Shit just moves too quickly. It's hard to keep track. Like I
Oh,
said,
Brad's
NA
not
they just drop their players
not
like
gonna
all the
lie.
time.
I don't go too deep into it. Oh yeah, they dropped her for
Yeah, I
Skies.
remember. I remember seeing it on Twitter. Everyone was going. Everyone was. It was like they sort of. It was like a split audience, right? Everyone thought it was out of order. They shouldn't have done it the way they did it. And then other ones were like she was shit in the games. Then they should have just they like yeah. It's fair that they dropped her and picked her up for a better player. But either way, they picked her up for Skies, and then they just got dropped, and then they got picked up by Rec. Um, and then that went to shit. I'm pretty sure, but I mean, Rec did all right for like
I mean,
for
Fox is still in
themselves for a
Rec,
while.
so
Yeah, I know. I don't think Skies isn't anymore, is he? He's in Dark
no,
Zero, isn't
he
he?
he got traded with a player from Dark Zero, but I think Dark
Yeah.
Zero
See, there's
won
just
that trade.
there's so many roster changes in NA. It's actually hard to keep track. I gave up. I used to love watching NA Pro League as well, but it's just so many roster changes. It's like, do you know what? I can't be asked anymore. Like EU, like you get the occasional roster change, but a lot of the time it's a roster change that is for like a good reason, you know.
Yeah,
I
like a
mean,
necessary
I heard
change.
there's loads of drama around that whole BDS and panic situation. I don't know that, but um,
I mean, to be fair, he was kind
still,
of robbed, Chief.
yeah. I mean, it happens though, doesn't it? It just it's a cutthroat business at the end of the day. I
That's what
mean,
I
I don't
see.
like Pengu.
Yeah,
I don't like Pengu, right? But he made a really good point when he said that he doesn't like to consider his teammates as his friends, but rather his business partners, because one day they could literally just get dropped or leave, and he'd have to deal with that on a non like emotional level. And then he said, But then obviously he got shit for that, and he said, obviously I make friends with the people I play with, but when it comes to the team, like being part of like G2 or something, say like, oh, they're discussing G2, they're not going to be emotional and say, oh, I want them on my team because they're my friend. If they're going to think about the team first. So if they're performing badly, they'll say to you, they'll say, well, we need to replace you with a better player, which is like a really good thing. But that just shows it's like a cutthroat business, man. It's all
Yeah.
like it's all to be the best, It's a competition. It's about being the best. And if you're not the best, if you're the best thing you can do, right, is play your role to the best of your ability, right? You got like support roles, right? If you're a great support player on that team, they have no reason to drop you. And if they do drop you, it'd be because they've got a chance of getting a better support player. And that means
Mm.
that you need to improve yourself.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
literally have to be the best at what you do. If you're playing in esports, man, you have to strive to be the best. You can't say, "Oh, I don't want to be the best." You have to want to be the best, because if you're not the best, then you're not going to be on a team at the end of the day, because if you're the best, you're going to be on the best team, right?
Yeah.
But if you're not the best, you're going to be on a lower team, and then if that team finds a better player can replace you, they'll replace you with that better player. It's simple as that. Like, if you can get robbed like blind, man, but at the end of the day, it's a business. Orgs put their money into you. They're gonna literally just drop you when they need to. If they feel like it's a better idea, the team feels like it's a better idea, they'll just they'll straight up just drop you, man. They have the right to do that as well. That's the thing,
Yeah.
and you just can't take it personally. You need a thick skin. You can't cry about it on Twitter. You gotta just take it and then just get back up there on the horse and just try and just literally live to fight another day. That's literally all you do. You can't just you can't be a little bitch. You can't just be a little snowflake and cry and complain because you got dropped. If you get dropped, man, you get dropped. You need to improve yourself. You need to get better.
Yeah.
As simple as that, man. So I see a lot of people just saying, "Oh, why you shouldn't be dropping these players? You shouldn't be dropping. It's out of order. It's out of order." I mean, at the end of the day, the team made the decision as well. There's no
That's
way the
true.
org doesn't get the team involved. The team captain and the coach, proper like the in-game leader and all that, the IGL and all that, right? They probably have a discussion with these like with the talent people in like talent managers, I guess you'd call them in
Yeah.
orgs about these players. So there's always a reason that you're gonna get dropped. You're not just gonna be like, they're not just gonna be like, oh, we don't like you, we're gonna drop you.
Yeah.
It's always gonna happen. You're always gonna be. And the thing is Siege. I've noticed Siege players are like some of the most immature like esports personalities I've ever seen in my life. Like they're extremely immature, especially like Pengu, man. He's extremely immature, right?
Mm.
Um, but they're so immature and they're great players, but at the end of the day, they just all act like children. They don't treat it like a proper business. And I mean, some do, and the reason that some do is, and they thrive, don't they? So they don't get like shit from their org. And then you see like players sort of talk shit about organizations and stuff, man. Um, like on their Twitter and stuff, and it's like, why, man? It makes you look bad because no org wants someone that chats shit about them. It's literally like this, right? I'm gonna put this into an analogy. It may work, it may not, but it's like, say a girl wants to get with a guy, but she finds out he's cheated on a girl before.
Yeah.
She's not gonna want to get with that guy anymore, and if she is, she's not gonna trust him the same because she thinks that it might happen to her. So if an org looks at a person that's been talking shit about their previous org, then they're gonna be thinking, no, I'm good, thanks. No, I don't think we should do this, because if they're gonna personally sort of attack the org or slander the org, then why would we want that kind of immature player representing us? And it's the same with like if you went for an interview for a job and they said, oh, why do you leave your last job and you start chatting shit about your old boss, then they're probably gonna be like, yeah, it's not gonna work out.
Oh,
So
thanks, Brute.
so
Yeah, here.
yeah.
Yeah.
What can I say? No, it's so I feel like yeah, it's a cutthroat business, man. There's literally no point in there's no point in just yeah, you can defend the player thinking, oh, that was just it was a wrong decision, but people need to back it up with like
Yeah.
facts and statistics.
They're just saying he said, she said, like, all that
Yeah, like you
bullshit.
said, yeah, that guy was Panix was robbed, which is probably true. The guy probably was. But at the end of the day, I
I mean, it's happened
guarantee
to him
he would have
before, so.
been. Yeah, I guarantee they would have spoken to him about it before. They wouldn't just drop him. Like they wouldn't just say to him, "All right, well, goodbye."
That's
Unless
what,
if they did, then he could probably like sue them for that kind of shit.
probably not.
Um, because it's supposed to be a professional organization. But no, they would have spoken to him before that, and he would have known that it was coming, basically.
Oh, he was suspicious of it, so
Um,
that's why he said to Intero, uh, I hope I don't get dropped before we get to the SI.
See, the thing
Uh,
is they probably had their reasons. The thing is, they probably drop him. They probably had some. He might literally like they might have some serious problems with the guy, but obviously they're not going to express those problems in public. They're just gonna say like oh differences between the teammates.
yeah.
Like you get these people that just talk shit to their teammates, treat their teammates like shit. Then the org's not gonna come out and go, oh by the way, we're dropping this person because he's a right fucking dickhead.
Yeah.
They're just gonna they're literally just gonna say, oh with differences within the team and clashing, clashing, I don't know, strategies and all this crap. Just make up a load of crap about it and. They obviously had their reasons, man. Like he could literally, and then people say like, oh, they're performing badly without him. But at the end of the day, once you get a new player, you got to build that chemistry, right?
Yeah.
So they might literally just need to get into that groove of playing with that player, and getting a feel for that person's sort of personality and stuff, and then go back to their old sort of ways. So, yeah, it's a lot of people aren't cut out for this, man. Especially like I'm gonna bring up like sort of amateur league, like amateur players and stuff. Like semi-pro, I guess you could say, but like a lot of people like take shit so personally. Like say I don't know. Think of like a lower sort of amateur team. Who could we
Uh,
say?
B10's Academy. Don't even know who they
What?
are. No,
Fuck.
I don't know.
Sounds like an anime. What the fuck?
B-Titan.
Just anyone, right? Just like,
Any tier 3,
and
tier
then a lot
4.
of them, yeah, and then um, say like they get dropped. That person just like take it seriously. Do you know what I mean? They'll take that to heart and stuff like that, and they can be immature. And there's a lot of more professional people out there, but there's a lot of immature people out there. That's the issue, is that everyone wants to be a pro, but they don't see that side of being a pro, like the whole. It's essentially life or death, man. You always have to, you have to play right and
Yeah.
act as if it's like every day of your fucking life that you are literally going to be dropped by an organization. You have to be on edge essentially, so you perform to your best. You have to deal with that pressure, otherwise they're not going to want you because you're just going to crumble and you're going to lose tournaments and you're not going to get anywhere. And at the end of the day, you're just an asset to them, man. and you have to accept that. It's the same with a normal job at a normal company. You know, you work in Sainsbury's, bro. You're just a fucking asset to them. They don't personally care. Like they appreciate that you've done that job, but it's 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 literally you're just an asset, my guy. Like nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
Um, like you can become really close with like the thing is right. It's like Cal said, contracts. Yeah, a lot of team members, a lot of teams are contracted, but usually in contracts, they a lot of time they probably have more of a fine sort of print that says that by agreeing to this, you know, by signing this, you agree that we can cancel this contract or we can, you know, like cancel this contract at our own discretion and stuff like this. And a lot of time you have to agree with that because you know you can't like. And sometimes team it depends on the esports as well because some games I'm pretty sure COD like Call of Duty you're contracted for a whole season no
Yeah.
matter how bad you play.
Most
Um,
contracts in esports typically last for a year. Then after that year is up,
yeah,
if you've performed well, they slap you on a 2-year contract.
yeah,
After
I
that,
know COD. The thing is, COD you have to play till the end of that season for that team, and then you can do whatever you want after that contract. Um, and it's and
think that putting we are allowed to cancel contract whenever is illegal now. Fair enough.
I mean, it depends on obviously the country that you're signing on. I think it depends on the home, like the country of like the base of operations for that organization, as well as the country that they're going to be playing in. But a lot of time the contracts won't have that, but
Yeah.
there are possibilities that contracts will have, you sort of like the right of, you can transfer, like we could transfer you out of the team essentially or something like that. But a lot of time it won't happen, especially with now that esports is becoming a bit more professional than it used to be.
Yeah.
Because you moved away from the days of YouTube clans onto actual genuine organizations. Like look at FaZe Clan, right? They used to be literally a clan of sniper montage kids on YouTube, and now it's a full-on organization with like like a
Investors and stuff. Yeah.
multi-million-dollar company, right? So, um, it's but yeah, it's you're like I said, you're an asset. You just people take it so seriously. Like they want to be pro, and they don't understand that the effort that you have to put in. Um, I'm gonna. So Russell Crowe,
Yeah.
right, the actor. He said to Henry Cavill once. I don't know if this is true, but Henry Cavill said it. That he said that they treat you like shit, but they pay you well,
Yeah.
or they pay you good, or something like that. Right. Essentially, this is sort of the same with the esports, but they don't treat you like shit necessarily, but they do. They don't care about necessarily your problems
Yeah.
as much because at the end of the day, you're literally just there to do a job for them. And some organizations like that, but some orgs obviously they obviously interact with their players a lot and stuff. But a lot of companies, right? Like
Yeah.
a lot of esports orgs, like the players for that esports org won't even meet the higher ups, right? They won't really see the higher ups. They probably won't even interact with them much. Like you're not gonna see like fucking Pengu talking to the board of directors of fucking G2, are you? It's not like that.
Yeah.
You essentially So you're just an employee at the end of the day. That you contracted with them, and then you got
Yeah.
obviously, but they obviously as everything evolves, you know, social media and all that, you know, everyone needs a social media presence now, and so you know you're gonna have like the esports organization have a social media that interacts with its fans and its players and stuff like that. So it's becoming a lot better for people now. It's becoming a lot less harsh,
Yeah.
but it's still that you're not going to just join a team, right, and be this star player where the organization are going to love you. They're going to love how much money you make for them. If you're not making any money, you could be the nicest of guys, and if you're not making any money for them, they're just going to be like, mate, listen, you're not doing anything for us. We're gonna have to replace you with someone else.
Yeah.
No matter your personality, um, it's literally just about professionalism and earning the money. That's essentially like obviously some orgs, you know, the thing is it's a bit like you run the stream team for Brutal, right?
Yeah.
And it's like that's your job. It's not down to Matt to sort you out. So if someone's having a problem, they come to you. They don't necessarily talk to Matt, right?
Yeah.
It's your job to sort that out. So say a pro player's having a personal issue, they'll talk to their manager. They won't go and talk to the CEO of their organization. They'll talk to the manager,
Of the
and the
team.
manager will
Yeah.
sort that out. But not the CEO. The CEO probably won't even hear about it. But like the esports manager would talk like sort it out with them personally. So it's obviously like it's not the org that treats you like shit. It would be depending on who you work for. So like you're having a bad day, the org's not going to be, you know, the higher ups that obviously want that money from the org. Um, they're going to be relying on the manager to find good players to make them money, and obviously the manager has a job to take care of the players. But at the end of the day, the person like higher up, like I said, like the CEO, isn't going to care about you personally. They're just going to care about the money that you make them. I mean, sometimes the CEO might get involved, which would make a great organization. Like I know FaZe, I know Banks and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
he
They're no
gets
longer. He's not
involved
the
with the
CEO
players.
anymore.
Yeah, I know, but like you know,
Yeah.
he used to get involved with all the players, and so like he still does now and then. And he does like you know, he pays for his players shit, you know, like if his player needs a new setup, he'll go and buy him a gaming setup, you know.
Yeah.
That's like I said, that's where it's sort of evolving into. Um, but like I think people need to I think people need to sit themselves down before they focus on this shit. If you want to go pro, you need to give it your full on energy. You need to you need to work on it. You need to make sure you have the right mentality for this. You can't be. I don't think you can be a pro esports player and have like serious mental health issues because there's no room for that shit, man. I have mental health issues, but I say like I wanted to go pro in COD, I could probably deal with that, right?
Yeah.
Regardless of my mental health issues, but you can't. I don't think that you should if you
Not
have serious
sustain.
mental
It's
health
not
issues.
sustainable. If you
Yeah,
have them.
it's not. It's literally. It's not even like you doesn't make you like any like it doesn't make you a bad person or anything. It's just if I'm running an org and I have 5 players playing for me and they're winning tournaments, and then but one of my players has mental health issues. You know, they have like depression, and then they have bad days and they just can't physically play and they don't want to play and they get sick of the game really easily. I can't do that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't risk that. So as much as horrible as it sounds, you gotta like you're gonna get dropped. You're gonna have to get replaced because you need to put your full attention on it. You need to have that mental capacity to repeat the same shit every day, every day, every day. Train hard, you know. And it can be obviously it can be hard. I mean, you can force yourself to do it, um, but that's why a lot of pros take breaks, like from that game during like off seasons, right?
Yeah.
Instead of like playing it for a whole year and then not like, and then like sorry, they're playing for like hard, like I don't know what 6 months is usually like the period, right? 6 to 9
Yeah.
months, and then you got like 3 or 4 month like off season, and then they go and play other games, and then they go and travel and have holidays and stuff, and then you can do that. But if you're training to be a pro, there's no off season or on season. You are constantly in it all the time, training, scrimming, trying to build yourself up. And the thing is, with like Call of Duty, there's a new COD game every year, so they switch game. But with Siege, you're playing the same game, so you're constantly in it all the time. And the thing is, they don't take these breaks, and they don't plan them. They don't plan their sort of breaks, and they don't plan around it. What they do is they go, all right, let's go pro. Let's scrim 5 hours a night. Let's let's scrim 5 hours a night, 7 days a week. Let's keep doing this. Let's do this. Let's enter Go Falls. Let's enter Com Cups. Let's do, like amateur leagues and all this sort of stuff, which is great. But like, and then there comes a point and they're like, oh, do you know what? I don't really feel like doing this anymore. I
Yeah.
want like a week off. But you can't just take that week off, man. Your other team members might not feel the same and they want to carry on, and then they might sub in for someone and then get picked up by that org, and then you've lost a player. It's you got to be on that constant grind, man. You got to like until you literally have a contracted. You've signed a contract to say that you're going to be playing for someone, that you need to just constantly be on that grind, and people just don't understand that. They just assume that it's all fun and games. You can't focus on content creation as much. Have to focus on playing more than streaming.
Yeah.
You have to spend time looking back at your scrims and understanding what went wrong and what went right. You have to come up with strategies, and you have to work on strategies, and you have to work on building team chemistry, and you can't do that if you stress out too easily,
Yeah.
or you have breakdowns too easily. Because I know a lot of people end up like, oh man, like all these, oh, I'm leaving Siege tweets and all this shit I see, man. It's like, bro, you've been playing for like 4 weeks as part of an amateur team where you've done like 5 fucking scrims within those 4 weeks, and you're crying about needing a break. You should not be doing that.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be like playing for 4 weeks and go, I need a break. No, mate. You basically need to play for like 6 months straight. Then that's when you're allowed your break. Like, don't be a bitch. Essentially, you need to work hard. You can't bitch about it. You've made this decision. You need to stick with it. You can't just go, oh yeah, I'm gonna take a break from Siege. I'll be back in like a month or so, and then expect for people to want to play with you
Yeah.
as part of like an amateur team. So it's like it just leads back to it. It's just cutthroat, man. You can't be you can't take shit personally. You have to have a thick skin. You have to remember that you are nothing but an asset to organizations and teams and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
you can't put emotional investments, you can't emotionally invest in players and stuff. You can be friends with them, like you can be friends with your co-workers, but your co-worker might get fired, and you can't take that personally and then hate on your boss for it, right?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I mean, it's just so it's a lot of people don't understand that. it really bugs me when I see a lot of this shit. And when people are like, "Oh, I'm looking for a team. I'm looking for a team," and it's like, yeah, but you don't play enough. Like
Yeah.
they'll be like, "Oh, I play like 3 hours a night." And it's like, mate, that's not enough. You need to invest all your time and effort into it. And um, I was actually talking about this with Tom earlier, or was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday.
Hmm.
He was talking about somebody was talking about him going pro, and he said that it just took too much time away from his streams and stuff and his like social life because he'd want to stream, but then he'd have to go off, and instead of like going to the gym in the evening or spending time with his girlfriend, he'd be in front of his computer scrimming, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't see that. It takes out you, man. So I feel like all these people who just sit there slagging off their orgs and that for dropping them. I think it's just so unprofessional, and it makes you look bad. Um like when T3H like died, right?
Hmm.
Dropped its like siege players and stuff. I saw, you see people chatting shit about it, the org and stuff, and it's like, mate, there's no need for that on Twitter. Like in public social media, bro, you do not be saying that shit because it makes you look bad.
Yeah.
And like nobody's gonna want that because they're just gonna see you and they're gonna think, look at this fucking drama queen on Twitter fucking complaining and slagging off the org. We don't want that kind of attention. We just want to pick up a player and have them as our player. And it's like, bro, I'm telling you, man, social media is like it's such a disease sometimes, man. Honestly, it's
It is.
people are so obsessed with it, and it's ridiculous. Like if I ever got permanently banned off of Twitter, yeah, I wouldn't come back to it. I'd be like,
You're
no, fuck this, I
blissing.
can't be asked. I'd just straight up, just I don't know, but fuck this, just deleting it. Same with Twitch, man. If I got banned off Twitch, but no, fuck this, I'm done with this. Like,
Mixer.
fuck it. Nah, I'd probably go to
No.
YouTube, honestly. But
D Live, mate. That's
um,
where PewDiePie streams.
yeah. But it's people are so childish in this fucking community, man. It's ridiculous. It's why I fucking hate it so much. It's it's why I don't want to stream Siege as much anymore. It's just so childish. It's like the problem is the community's childish as it is, and then the pros that the ones that's supposed to set that example are childish themselves.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's like you got pros talking shit about content creators and stuff. Like Pengu when he talked about that Badger guy, I can't remember his name, but
Russian
like
Badger.
yeah, Russian Badger, I think it was, yeah, because he did a fucking spawn peak on Bank, started actually talking shit about him, genuinely nasty stuff about him, and then on his stream he was like, "Oh, I don't like him, I don't like him, I don't like him, I don't like him," all this, and started talking quite horrible things about him. This is a pro player on a public platform saying this shit. Like one of the most, probably if not the most popular pro player out there talking shit about a content creator within his own community, like within the Siege community. It's
Yeah.
so toxic. This community is just toxic as fuck,
Come
man.
on, Bat. I'm
Like,
sorry, I'm trying to watch the brutal game at the same time. We're losing. No.
yeah, I mean, I respect those people
Yeah.
that stick with it, and then they remain. If they get dropped, then they just say, "Okay, well, I'm looking for a team, I guess."
Yeah.
Um, that's that. Those are the people that end up getting the positions in teams. The people that just say, "Oh, I'm no longer playing for this person. I am currently looking for a team. Let me know," and stuff like this.
Yeah.
Instead of, "Oh, look what happened. Oh, it looks like I got dropped," and then like a fucking sleepy emoji, and then it's fucking. Oh man, it's just. I want to throw bricks at people that do that. I know it's shouldn't say that on a public platform on a podcast. Probably gonna get
True. True.
arrested, but honestly,
Yeah.
it's the yeah. No, I think it's stupid, but I fucking honestly, I hate it. I hate when people do it. It's so unprofessional.
Yeah.
Um, and that's another thing about NA is that a lot of the players have sort of been like sort of shown as being they've been toxic people, like
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And it's fair enough. But EU were toxic. And then you got like APAC sort of just doing their own thing, and everybody loves APAC teams. And I think the reason that APAC is so popular at the moment is because they were the underdogs, right? No, no APAC team really made it as far as they have been now.
Yeah.
And like all of a sudden they started getting really good and shit, and people love that underdog story. Um, yeah, but what's up with this like new map and shit, man? Like I don't know that. Like,
It's just a reskin of Oregon. That's it.
is it literally that?
Yeah.
Because I've been told that that's a mashup of different maps or some shit.
It's kind of a mashup of different maps. Like there's elements of like skyscraper, and
Uh,
the main part of it is Oregon. A staircase
what's
kind
your
of kind of looks like cafe a little bit in one of the staircases.
what's your opinion on this battle pass?
I mean, it's okay.
Oh, weren't they supposed to release a free one first and then release a paid one?
They did release a free one ages ago.
No, did they?
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was 7
remember. I probably
tiers.
weren't playing at the time. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? If you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. But I mean, it's a little promotional thing for a Road to Six invitation, isn't it? Really, something like that.
I mean, it's good because you do get a lot of stuff out of it.
I mean, I bought it because I have the R6 credits that have been sitting on my account for ages. I hadn't have enough for like Pro League set or an Elite set, and but I've had a bit too much for like shitty skins and stuff like that. So I just bought it.
Yeah.
I mean, I might end up completing it if I actually end up playing Siege, but I've
I
been
bought the
using
one that came
MK
with
on
12
Modern
tiers.
Warfare.
Yeah, fair
No,
enough.
I just bought the original one. I think, yeah. No, it's not my thing. I mean, I get why they're doing it. I'm not gonna hate on them for it. At the end of the day, it's it's a game where you get free content every year. You get the new operators free after a week. Um, so you can't really hate on Ubisoft for obviously introducing this little bit of monetization. Um,
Don't need
like
to buy
Red
it.
Dead did it, and I actually couldn't be happier that they did it because it offers so much. Could you like on Red Dead? The one on Red Dead is so good. You get 100 tiers of like shit ton of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So it it benefits you, but obviously it benefits Red Dead a bit differently because obviously the way it is. But
The
like
monetary.
you get
aspect.
skins and stuff on Siege, man. And I mean, as long as it's good stuff, as long as it's worth paying for, that's the main point. If it's not worth paying for, that's where the problem lies.
Yeah.
So it's yeah, I mean, yeah, it's alright, isn't it, though? It's alright. I can't hate on it. I'm not gonna hate on it. I don't know why people hate on it. I think it's a great idea. I think every game has the right to monetize their own game, as long as it's not pay to win.
Yeah. Like
As long
previous
as
COD.
it's not, oh, here you go, buy this.
You go buy this and get a chance of getting the S.
Oh, buy like buy this battle pass and get like this OP weapon at like tier 70. And if you have enough money, you can buy to tier 70 instead of earning it like everyone else. No, it's
Or buy these elite
as long
supply
as
drops
it's
that we put in.
see Fortnite, you got cosmetic shit and all that, emotes and dances and fucking skins and stuff like that, weapon skins and stuff. And then you got Siege, which is like obviously skins, outfits, alpha packs, all this stuff. You got Red Dead, you got like ammo packages, food, clothing, all this crap. And then you got like COD. which is like variants and XP boosts and all this stuff, which is like fair enough.
Yeah.
So as long as it's not monetizing like pay to win stuff, there's no reason that you should hate on it. There's no reason that you should hate on it because you don't have to buy it.
Hmm.
As long as they don't shove it in your face. And there's 3 tiers, right? So like if
Let's
you
go
literally
now.
you get something regardless of
Yeah.
paying for it or not. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. But to be fair, pretty sure we've covered everything. And
Yeah.
it's
I
been
mean,
a big
that
hour.
Cyberpunk thing, I know why. I think they delayed it
They
because of
need
like
more
problems.
story. They need more story. It's like playable and stuff. But
Yeah, I mean, I can literally finish that whole subject with this one thing. It's like you'd rather them perfect the game than rush it.
yeah, like the Nintendo
So
CEO said, a delayed game will eventually be a good game, but a rushed out
yeah,
game will
but
never be a good game.
yeah, exactly. Like, look at Red Dead. That got delayed what 3 times? I think it did. And then when they released it, it was a fucking masterpiece, man. There's so
Hmm.
many games that get delayed, and then when they get released, they're so much better than they looked originally.
Yeah, and it's worth.
Especially Cyberpunk's supposed to have this sort of great, like, looking story and a great looking game. So
Yeah.
as long as it's not rushed, man. Then you got nothing to worry about. So simple as that. Also, I didn't know you 29 episode 29 already.
Yeah.
You've been doing this for 29 weeks.
2 episodes haven't been uploaded. One was on purpose. One wasn't. Was by mistake. I genuinely forgot to upload it, and it's just
I can
gone.
only apologize. I
It's
can only
it's literally
apologize.
just gone. Like there's no way of retrieving that episode, so I may as well just label them differently on YouTube. Just
You know, when Tom was reacting to Tom Wild Cringe Redux, somebody put in chat, I can't remember who it was. Um, they put in chat, like, this is why you should host LambCast. And oh yeah, I screenshot it, didn't I? And then I sent it to you, and I was like,
no, you
I
didn't.
think I captioned it saying,
Wait to
"Give the
you.
people what they want."
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it said to me. Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
funny.
But
I was
honestly,
like, I don't know why. Like, I don't know where you get that Friday from the video, but
LambCast has been alright. I need to get back into streaming and all that. I've just been bummed the fuck out. Like,
yeah, I
I don't
noticed you haven't
have
been
the
streaming much.
passion as much as I used to, but I
Well, if you don't
do.
have the passion, then don't do it, man. It reflects on your stream if you don't have
I
that
just want to
passion.
find that
So,
game I want to play. I don't want to play Siege.
and don't play Siege, man. Play something else.
Probably just gonna buy a capture card and do Pokemon streams.
That's disgusting. Don't ever say that again.
Well, fuck you. Pokemon's lit, Chief. I spent so much
um,
money on
I
it recently.
mean, there's like I said, there's games out there, but it's up to you what you want to play. What kind of games you want to play? What
I
kind of
wanna
games do you want to play?
still want to play FPS games, but I don't want to play Siege all the time.
I mean, there's Modern Warfare, I guess.
I got bored of that.
Um, there's Apex, but I don't know if you're into battle royale games.
I used to be. I could just start streaming all the Saints Rows on PC because I'm bored. And plus, I
I
miss Saints
mean,
Row.
you do you, man. You do you. That's all I can say. You could get like I
I was
don't know.
gonna stream a lot of Halo. I'm not bored of Halo. I just haven't touched it in a while.
I mean, the FPS games at the moment are quite limited, to be fair.
To be fair, I'm just waiting for Halo 2 to come out on the Master Chief Collection and free.
Yeah, I've barely been playing anything really. I
Could go
spend my
back
time watching YouTube. That's what I do. I
PUBG.
just live.
Nah, I
I
wouldn't go
mean,
back to PUBG.
yeah, I guess you could go to PUBG.
World War 3's soon to get a good update, so I might play that. And
I
I
mean,
could
World War
always
Three
hop
is
on the
definitely gonna happen.
Tarkov bandwagon.
I mean, it's supposed to be a great game. If it's a great game, it's a great
I
game,
played it
but it's gonna be
before
a bit
everyone
saturated.
started playing it.
It's gonna be a bit saturated though. It's like
Yeah.
you're gonna be playing a game that everyone else is playing, so nobody's gonna give a shit about who's playing it.
True. Anyway,
Um,
we'll leave this
yeah,
episode here today. Topic for another week. Lamb, when are you
yeah,
gonna actually stream?
yeah. That's the question.
I don't know. Maybe I just vanish. Maybe I come back.
A
You never
man
know.
who runs a stream team doesn't even stream anymore.
Yeah, I know, but I'm the best stream team manager ever. Sure as hell.
Thing is, I
I'm gonna
left,
quote
right,
this. I'm gonna quote
and I've
this.
noticed that. Well,
Wait, right. So, oh, I'm not gonna say the name, but I'm gonna say one thing that was said to someone which isn't true. Oh, you made a powerhouse of a stream team, and But to be, you know what? I'm just gonna say it was a T48 stream team, right? Powerhouse of a stream team. Yeah, there was good content creators, but it wasn't a powerhouse. And the only way it could have been, in your
nowhere near a powerhouse.
and your definition of powerhouse is a bunch of people with numbers that never even interact with each other. My idea of a powerhouse is a community that comes close together and focus on helping growth and have good chemistry. That's what I've been building. And
I mean,
even though we don't have the biggest
I left,
followings,
obviously,
yeah,
I had reasons, obviously, but it's. I've noticed that ever since I left, I haven't really been streaming anyway. So it's like it's a good thing I kind of did leave because otherwise I'd be like the inactive streamer within the stream team. So like,
probably still
I
would
mean, I'm
be
trying to get
streaming.
back into it. I'm probably gonna stream tonight. So shameless plug.
Tit for a
But
fish. Follow him. Increases ego.
but
The lonely PS player.
yeah,
Nah.
so.
One day you'll get a PC, and one day you'll come back.
I mean, I might come back before getting a PC, but I mean, especially if I come up with Diabito a bit more that we've planned to.
Yeah.
I can honestly say, man, he's probably one of the greatest people.
Yeah, Diabito
So
is
I was
such a
kind
great guy, honestly.
yeah, he's
Like everyone in the
he's a
team's
good
great
team.
in their own right, and I picked people that had previously established relationships that knew each other, liked each other's friends and stuff.
Yeah,
So it would implement better into the team. Obviously I picked up Rocky, Hattie, Diabeto Walrus. They had previous relationships. Obviously Dom, Chicken.
Diabito's a grinder, bro. He grinds that shit.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Love a bit
that a
of
lot.
Dion. Dion's a nice guy.
Yeah, I mean, they're nice guys, but it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, in this industry, we have more room to be friends and support each other. So
Yeah, I mean, as long as if you don't support each other, it's not worth being in a team, is it? So
yeah,
is what it is. But that made me sound like really snaky. Then, like I was trying to say something, but that's just my opinion on what a stream team's supposed to do.
you got support, chief. What you mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. But it made me sound like when I said
I mean,
it's like, oh,
to be fair, out of every
out of
out of every stream team in UK orgs, I've done it the best, and I can say that because I know I've done it the best. Because I've had recognition from it and stuff. We've gotten recognition. People outside of our community, like our organization, have said, "Watch out for Brutal. They're making moves in content creation and stuff." And seeing that, it just shows that the work that me and the team put in Matt for giving me the opportunity to do this, it's paying off. And honestly, I couldn't ask for it any other way. mainly because the team in its current state is good. Everyone knows who each other is. We do pop into each other's streams, occasionally play, but when we play, it's like a full
Yeah.
stack. Um, it's just done right, and then people have offered along the way have ended up making their own stream teams, and it's pretty good. And like Bella, obviously, she made her stream team. Xillium stream team's looking good right now, like people wise.
Yeah, I'm totally not joining them or anything.
Uh-huh.
Ah, I kid. I don't want to join anybody.
Hawk obviously became stream team manager and part org owner, manager of the org, for Obnoxious. Obnoxious having a good stream team, I guess. They have General Too Strong. They have Hawk. I don't remember who else is in it.
Too strong, but that's about it.
I think Twi's in it, and I think I can't remember anyone else. Bonds is in it.
What's that?
Bonds is an Obnoxious. That's what I'm thinking of. But to be fair, this may sound smug, but my team's better. my team is the definition of.
I mean, that's what you should think about your own team, really, because it's like, as long as you're building it the way you want to build it.
That's how it's been done, and
if you're building it the way you want it built, then technically you've succeeded.
It's not about for me. It was never about numbers. Never about numbers. We
clearly
had
not, because I get like 0 viewers and I got invited, so clearly it's not about numbers.
But it was more about a sense of people who I would think would be good for the team.
For those out there who wondered why I left, it's actually a long running prank. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave. I leave Bro for a year, and then I'm gonna come back and just put psych, and that's it.
Yeah,
that's the long plan. That's the prank.
The prank.
So just a long running. It's just a long running joke. I'm actually the owner of Brutal now. Like, I own the organization now. Matt gave it to me as a birthday present, even though my birthday was in October. But yeah, I'm the owner now.
Yeah, easy. Nah, but
look at me. I am the captain now.
Yes. But anyway, that's all for now.
If you guys get sponsored by Beef Jerky Company, I'll run straight back into your arms, Lamb.
Beef jerky? Ugh.
If you get me some beef jerky. Did you say ugh?
I don't like beef jerky.
I can't do this, man. I'm sorry, I can't do this friendship anymore.
I'm a vegan, I'm sorry. No.
You're a vegan? You do vegan jerky? You sick fuck. Making excuses. I'm truly hurt.
I would never be a vegan. No, I just don't like the texture of it.
He just doesn't like quinoa. Oh wait, nah, beef jerky's so good, man. I love beef jerky. I actually ordered some beef jerky from Billy Frank's. I want to see what it's like. So, it cost me like £3.20 though.
Oh, fucking robbing bastards.
I want to see if it's worth it though. That's the thing.
Yeah, fair enough.
I did email them about if they did like sponsorships with content creators, but I don't know.
I want some jerky.
I want some fucking jerky, mate.
Give me it for free. I want that.
Give me some fucking teriyaki jerky, you bastard. Right, anyway, I want to go eat my food.
Yeah, see you later. Snack.
Yeah, it's been a nice podcast.
Yeah. We're still on air.
Yeah.
Anyway, for now it's been LambCast. Good night.